Hey everybody, Eric Mitchell, Gold Star Mortgage. I am here with Ben Miller and Dave Savage, founders of Simple Nexus and Mortgage Coach. And today's video is about how they've integrated the two platforms together. What does it mean to a loan officer? What does it mean to your realtors? What does it mean to your clients? We're going to do a deep dive and geek out pretty hard today. And so I'm super excited to have Ben and Dave. Gentlemen, it is all over to you. What can we learn if I'm a loan officer today? And so we've got the full deep integration between both of you. We've got the Optimal Blue integration. We've got smart fees, all of it tied together. What does that mean to a loan officer at Gold Star Mortgage right now today?
Ben, you want to go first? You want me to?
Yeah. And let me just jump in real quick. We all know it's tough out there, right? We all know it's highly competitive. We all know that it's a purchase-centric market, right? And, what does that mean, right? That means we need to be more efficient, right? We need to, look for tools that can help us do things quicker, faster, better, right? How can we be better positioned to be that financial advisor to this borrower to differentiate from all the noise they're getting from all the other, consumer direct shops that are chasing your business right now, right? Trying to survive. And how do we, deliver that experience as that experienced retail loan officer that cut through all the noise. And so that's what Dave and I are going to show you today. This is all about nurturing those leads, bringing them in from the top of the funnel, helping convert them into loans, and as their loans, getting a better loan product for them, and supporting that borrower and getting the referral business that comes from that.
Exciting.
Yeah, the thing I'd like to add to what Ben said is, yes, rates are higher. Yes, 63% of all mortgages in America are at 2 and 3%. Yes, there is more competition for every loan, and whether it's big banks, brokers, all those things are true. But what's also true is you have less team members than ever. Like, you have less resources. So when we talk about making things more efficient and faster, I want to show how our integration works and do it in the light that I want you to think of the technology as not only a competitive advantage, in conversion. It's like having a full-time team member. Like we're talking about putting the customer to work for you. I remember when Simple Nexus first came out, and very few loan officers would even give the link. Like, Ben, remember those days when you guys first came out? It was like it took years to get loan officers to say, you know what? Here's a link. They were so used to, I'll go meet with you, I'll take the app for you. It took time, guys. And now think about it. Think about you've outsourced the application process to the consumer, like full-time employee. That used to be a job someone did. And what we're doing with technology, it's more full-time employees. I mean, look, check this out. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. And first thing I want to ask you guys, when we did this webinar that kind of inspired this conversation, it was titled "How to Gain Market Share in This Market." Like, that's what it is. It's a market share market, and there's some challenges in the market. But let's face it, if you're delivering a fee worksheet, here's your rate, here's your payment, here's your cash flow, or your cash to close. That's not how you pick up market share. I mean, you pick up market share by giving something more valuable to the consumer. And this is what the integration looks like. Like most loan officers and most that you're competing with, this is what they're giving. But guys, this is what Simple Nexus does. Simple Nexus, you give that link to the consumer. And guys, this is valuable to realtors. Like, not only are you providing a more efficient experience, the consumer starts the app, it creates the total cost analysis. So now that total cost analysis is in the borrower's hands, and it's in your mortgage coach advice engine. And then, guys, there's a lot of technology going on here, but we're making it simple for you. Like, it's integrated with Encompass. It's integrated with both Optimal Blue and Closing Corp. So you have all this technology. And remember, there's no latency issues. Mortgage coach works really fast. It's super smooth. And you can price a loan. So guys, this is the fastest, easiest way to price a loan. And it's the fastest and best way to deliver advice. And then remember, I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to hand it back to Ben, is, guys, this this not only integrates with Simple Nexus, it integrates both ways with Optimal Blue. Whether you start the loan in Optimal Blue and you're pricing that loan, it goes both ways. So, I mean, what Gold Star has brought you guys is the most innovative, it's the most effective, it's the fastest and easiest way to deliver pricing to a client. And our integration with Simple Nexus is amazing. And by the way, what you're seeing right now is where you share that link with the consumer. And now it's called Mortgage Coach Live. You can have that interactive experience. Whatever you click on your mobile phone, it follows. And I want you to think about it like this is the Simple Nexus app. This is like adding a new superpower to that application that you gave the consumer. Now, when they're looking at Simple Nexus, they've got the advice tab, and you can take over their screen and start walking them through things. So you know, all of our technologies got better, and you, as a loan officer, you've just hired the borrower. You've got technology acting as an assistant. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It looked amazing for sure.
totally. And the concept being, again, going back to, you know, how do we differentiate, right? How do we get more stuff done with fewer resources around us, right? And how do we help guide that borrower through to a loan? Just some other data and facts. You know, the NBA came out and said that there's going to be about 28 million people wanting to buy a house this year, right? But if you look at the NBA purchase forecast, it's about 3.4 million units of purchase units that are going to happen. And so there's a ton of people that want to buy, but aren't going to be able to make it all the way through. So how do we help them all the way through? How do we get technology to work for us to, in essence, kind of process all of that? You know, I don't want to use the term weed out, so to say, but yeah, get efficient at knowing who can be in this position, who can't. And the total cost analysis, walking someone through scenarios, helping them understand what does this particular loan product mean for me in my life, and then help, you know, give them the places of where they need to ask questions. It just fast forwards that scenario. It helps them cut to the meat of the problem and get into a loan, right? Or say, okay, now we understand what this means. Before they come to you and say, hey, we want this house, right? They're not coming to you and saying, hey, I can't wait to get a loan. Like, hey, we found a property, we have this dream, you know, we want this house. And you have to be able to guide them through what is this thing that helps deliver that dream, right? What is this financial instrument that is going to deliver that dream? And what does it mean for you? You know, what does it mean here, all these different scenarios, and how do we find the right scenario that fits your life, you know, your situation, your spot in life right now, and what you can do. And so leveraging the technology, and I also want to draw this very important point, leveraging the technology, like Dave mentioned, you know, that used to be somebody's job to take the loan application by hand, right? Enter it into the LOS by hand or whatever. And now we're recruiting, in essence, the borrower to do that by sending them this platform that they can interact with. That doesn't mean that you're, you know, cutting out important touch points, or that you no longer want to talk to the borrower, just like technology talk to the borrower. No, we're trying to get efficient at some of the, you know, touch points that were not value add, right? And we would much rather you have a discussion around a total cost analysis than a discussion around, okay, on page 2, I need you to put your name in here, and how long have you been working there? Can you appreciate the difference, right? When you're talking to a borrower about, you know, the different types of products and how to fit something in their budget, as opposed to, you know, how long have you lived here? That question, you know, may not, you know, generate, you know, the bond to that borrower to help preserve and walk them all the way through a deal, as when you're delivering that financial advice to help them realize a dream. So I think that's an important distinction to say, you know, why should we leverage technology? It's because, for one thing, again, there's this huge top of the funnel in this environment. We have to be more efficient at our interactions. But it doesn't mean that we're taking the customer out or taking our, you know, touch from the customer out in those interactions.
It also strikes me that if I'm a realtor and I obviously have choices on loan officers, right? The good realtors are being bombarded by loan officers right now. And so they're trying to filter through and choose, who do I want my partners to be? And so if I've got one loan officer that is copying me on a total cost analysis right, message out to my borrowers, and I've got another loan officer who's not.
Mhm.
Wow, that makes a clear difference to me as a realtor as to which loan officer I want to refer my clients to, because that loan officer is going to give really an amazing experience to my borrowers, and this loan officer is just going to send disclosures. And
Yep.
so I know as a realtor which one is going to stand out to me for sure.
Yeah, I want to net something out real quick. I'm going to share my screen one more time. I added a few bullet points to this definition of the marketplace. Thank you, Ben. But guys, I just want to net this out for every loan officer watching this. Guys, this is the market. Higher rates, more competition, less loans, less teammates. We already said that. Ben already said 28 million want to buy a home, 3 to 4 million will buy a home. And
Wow.
guys, this is another reality. Like, I don't know if you saw the article, Eric. I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks ago, about accidental landlords. So there's an article in Fortune about that. There was also a reference to these household hostages. Guys, this is a real issue. Real estate agents have never dealt with this, like listing agents, where rates are 6.5%, and they're meeting with people that want to sell their home that are at like 2 and 3%. Guys, household hostage. Or an accidental landlord. So if this is the market we're in, guys, is this how you're going to turn household hostages? Or is this how you're going to release them? Is this how you're going to help realtors? Because realtors want the accidental landlord. They want that family to rent out the house, list it, buy a new house, not list it, rent out the house, and buy another one. Like, they want to work with loan officers that can leverage this fact and data in the market. And guys, a loan officer delivering this is not that loan officer. A loan officer that can actually say, hey, we got a problem in the market. Well, you know what? I'm a loan officer that has a solution. I work for a company that, the way we actually take the application actually makes it easier and more effective to release the hostages, actually get the accidental landlords to actually buy a move-up home. And if you're not working with a loan officer that's delivering this type of an experience in the marketplace, then they're not addressing the biggest challenge in the marketplace and the biggest opportunities in the marketplace. So it's like, for all you loan officers listening to this, you're sitting on a gold mine. And forget about the fact that it actually is going to improve your sales results. It makes pricing a loan faster, easier, and more accurate. So I just wanted to net that out based off all those facts.
Amazing. Is there anything else that we haven't covered? I want to say, protect everybody's time watching this video. So I'm a loan officer. I'm at Gold Star Mortgage, right? If you're watching this video, reach out to David Williams, our Chief Information Officer. He can connect you with all of the tools. Reach out to your rep at Mortgage Coach, reach out to your rep at Simple Nexus. They're incredibly responsive. Whatever we can do to help you guys adopt this technology, we're here for you. But we need to take the first step and saying, raise your hand and say, hey, I need help. I want to roll this out. And gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah.
And one more thing, I want to push everybody, share stories. Like, if you are doing this and you're being effective with it, share the stories. And Eric, if you could play those forward. Also, I want to schedule some training where we do some real world training. And I'm going to recommend, Eric, that, as we do these trainings in the future, usually it's like when you bring us in, we're just teaching Mortgage Coach. And I think, next time we come in and teach Mortgage Coach, we should do it in the context of Simple Nexus plus Mortgage Coach plus Optimal Blue plus Encompass. So we're really giving people the full workflow experience.
It's a fast yes, Dave.
All right. And then I know you were going to say something else.
Well, and I was just going to say, because that's where the magic happens, right? It's like, we showed a little bit of video, a little bit of demo work, right? And it went by fast because you're thinking, oh man, what's happening here? What's happening is there's a tremendous amount of integration that's happening in the background that connects all of these things together to make it automatic. So when you introduce someone with the Gold Star Mortgage app, right, the Simple Nexus app, we're branding you guys, we're automatically doing the lift in the background and linking it to Mortgage Coach. and Mortgage Coach is feeding that total cost analysis link back into the app, right? And so you can just pick up the phone and start engaging a discussion with them. Or you can go into Mortgage Coach and create a different scenario if you want, and that's going to be pushed automatically to them. It's going to incorporate, these elements of optimal blue and fees and whatnot. And so, even though the video or the demo portion of this discussion seemed very, very short or concise, it's because a lot of work is happening in the background to make it easy, to make it concise, to make it so simple for you guys. And so it's just a matter of, starting that interaction, sharing, your brand, your front end, your app out there, and all of these things are going to flow together. And we'd be happy to, like Dave said, is to come in and talk about that entire workflow at any moment with you.
Gentlemen, thank you.
For strategic point, just a minute or two.
Sure.
So guys, when I interviewed Steve Brown, the former futurist of Intel, it was years ago when I interviewed him, but I said, hey, my customers are local referral-based lenders. What advice do you have to them? And he gave me three letters, WACD. And anyone that some of you have probably heard this because you've heard me tell this story before, but some of you haven't. And he said that the retailers that have WACD their business, their stock is up and they're thriving. And the retailers that haven't, they're either out of business or their stock is down. And he really felt like lenders, like our industry, needs to hear this message. And so guys, WACD stands for what Amazon can't do. And the lenders that are going to survive need to do what they can do, and what they can't do, and what they can do. So a great example, if anyone's listening to this and you've gone to a Nordstrom's and they don't have what you want in stock, you could ask anybody in that store. They go to a terminal and they're like, oh, we got that in the back, or we don't have that, but we've got 2 stores within driving distance. Do you want to go to this one, or I can press a button and send it to your house. Guys, there's a lot of technology going on for Nordstrom's to be successful. And guys, that's what Gold Star has done. Like, they've given you the technology so that you can, literally Amazon-esque your mortgage practice, but yet you're local. You can connect with people, you can deliver a very local, a very personal experience, but you've also got this tech stack with a lot of sophisticated things going on so that you can deliver this digital experience as well. So I just want to tell you that, because I do believe that the lenders like Gold Star that make these investments, they're going to thrive. They're going to gain market share. And the loan officers that this are going to gain market share. And the ones that don't, your stock is going down and you will be out of business, or at least you won't be making the kind of money you want to be making.
Yeah, what I compare our tech stack to, because we've centralized it all in a single place, which was really the brainchild of AJ Franchi, our company president. We call it ConnectGS. It's everything being centralized into a single platform, single screen, single sign-on, right? It's all in one place. The challenge is just learning it. And the comparison I make is, for those of us that are old and we remember having a BlackBerry, I remember the day I had to give up my BlackBerry and I had to switch to a smartphone, and I didn't like it. That was not a good day for me. I was very upset. I was very angry. I like my BlackBerry. It never goes down. It was always working. I don't want to leave it. But they didn't keep up, and I was forced into the change. And my first smartphone was an iPhone. And I remember turning it on, and there's no buttons, and there's something called an app. And I don't know what an app is, and I don't know what it does, and I don't know how to close it, and I don't know how to, like, oh my God, like, I hate this. But then you're forced into it. You start learning it, you start figuring it out, and then fast forward, now it's just second nature. Could I, or could any of us, go back to running a BlackBerry? No, I could never. What? Leave my smartphone? No. I can't go back to a BlackBerry. And so that's the comparison I make is we've got so many loan officers right now that are in an analog universe running a BlackBerry for their business. And they're just saying, I don't want a smartphone. I don't want my whole world on a phone. I don't want my whole world in a single place. I don't want it's like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, no. Like, there's a faster, easier, smoother, right? You just have to jump in and learn it. And then you realize how much easier your life is, how much a better client experience you can create, how much of a better realtor experience you can create by just adopting these technology platforms. And so what you guys have built is really visionary, and we sure appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And for AJ, thank you for building us into your tech stack and building such an awesome tech stack. So honored to be part of it.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Take care.